So they're just sitting there going, what the fuck is happening? But like, if you know who those characters are, it's like, holy shit, how are you still alive? Because you two are morons. I don't know. When it comes to anime, I tend to just like lean way in on the super over violent stuff. All right, let's move in. Haven't seen it, Dread. I haven't seen it. I know Durarara has a lot of scenes like that, but like I said, you need to see Bacano. Also, Bacano is like a season of anime. Like, not even. It's like a short season of anime. It's like 13 episodes. That's it. Done. 13 episodes. And you'll have the whole thing. It's fucking Immortal Mafia. It's great. Like, the first scene of the first episode, somebody gets his hand cut off and then his fingers fly back onto his hand and he punches the guy in the face. It's great. It's great. Full Metal Alchemist? Everybody should see Full Metal Alchemist. Even people who don't like anime should see Brotherhood. Like, if you just like good fiction, you should see Brotherhood. Enjoy your lurks. Well, yeah. Normal FMA is awkward. FMA Brotherhood is indeed a must. Have I missed something stealthy? Care to fill me in? Has Kiri not seen FMA Brotherhood? No comment. I mean, how are you gonna watch something with a blindfold on? This is the wrong kind of strapping, friend. I mean, that sounds like me and all the games I don't want to play. Can I ask you this, Kiri? Why don't you plan to? Like, do you actually have a reason, or is it just because people keep annoying you to watch it? Because it's a good show, by all accounts. Because there's plenty of games out there that I have no intention of ever playing because people are annoying about it. How about we just, You didn't watch it maybe in the last year because you wrote FMA's story. She was the original anime. Yeah, well, I mean, the problem that I have with Brotherhood is it removes a lot of the humor from the actual manga and the original. But goddamn, it's good. I don't like everything that's unique about it. Really? Bleach is like 90% filler. I can see why you'd like Berserk though. But Berserk is just like senseless violence. I like senseless violence, don't get me wrong. That's why I like Gantz, but I think that honest to God, FMA is one of those shows where, yeah, it's really fucking good, but it's also one of those shows where for a lot of people it's probably way overhyped. So I can see that. Also, hi Carla. Hope you're doing well. I don't know. That's not the anime that I push people to watch, though. Whenever anybody's like, I need an anime to watch, or tell me an anime to watch, I never say FMA. I always say, by default, watch fucking Bacano. Because it's so short. It's like, you can watch it in a day. You know what's a good anime that no one ever mentions? Soul Eater. That's a good anime. Death Note's manga was good. I didn't like the anime, though. I loved the Death Note manga. Like, I really, 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 really liked it. FLCL is, like, not a first anime at all. I wouldn't say it's required viewing, personally. I'd say it's viewing. I need a spot to settle that doesn't already have somewhere or something there. So this right here was our last fort. This right here was our last fort. We did pretty well here. I haven't seen it. I have no intention to see it. What happened to the last fort? We got hit by a siege, which we were barely able to fend off. Then a forgotten beast, which we killed. And then another forgotten beast, which got into the back door, which we were able to trap in the I think in the barracks. And while that was happening, while we were attempting to trap it somewhere, we got sieged again. And I eventually just kind of said, screw it, we're not recovering from this. So I tried to fight the enemy siege, weren't able to pull it off, and then we kind of ran away. You haven't seen Soul Eater? Well, you should see Bacano first because it's way shorter, but yeah, you should watch Soul Eater. Soul Eater's really good. Just don't watch Soul Eater not, because it's shit. So that's what happened to the last fort. It's all archived if you want to go look at it. But the Fortress of Walyor is no more. It was a good fort, though. I learned a lot that run. I don't really have a plan for what we're going to do today. I'm probably just going to do kind of what chat suggested, which is I'm going to look at the leader, look at their goals, and then try and base the fort around that. Do our best to base the fort around that anyway. Try and figure out what they would want. Where are they gonna be right though? There's just gonna be a giant fire-breathing crocodile just chilling in there. With overlapping scales and a shell. I haven't seen any of those. No, we're just playing... Well, actually I'm playing technically vanilla with the exception of the tile set. So, not even using Lazy Noob Pack. I'm just kind of looking for shallow metal, kind of along the coast here. Not finding anything. I don't really care if we have, like, there's deep metal right there. I might actually go here, because it's right next to a stream. Or even right there. Would they let us settle there? I think they would. Because we could totally go at the end of the stream and then... Hold on. Because that could be cool. It's untamed wilds, moderate vegetation, warm, temperate savanna. There are sparse trees, which is more than enough. Oh, that's no trees right there. Okay. Because I kind of... Oopsies. I kind of like the idea of being, like, right on... Yeah, also there's an aquifer there. Of kind of being right on the beach. Could go up one. So as long as we don't go that far, we're good. So we could do that. He didn't like it. Yeah. Anime where I need to focus super hard on story, I don't like. I really like anime that's very self-contained, like either 1 or 2 seasons or like a short season. Or even like a 6-episode thing. Like, I really enjoyed Elfen Lied. Which is, You know, like I said earlier, I tend to lean towards the ultra-violence when it comes to anime, but I loved Elfen Lied. It's just like a short, contained thing. You watch it from end to end and you're done. Also, Rhinestone, the way you said that, it's kind of like that sounds like me when I first tried, that sounds like me when I first tried Gundam. Also, in regards to Kenshin, I like what I've seen of Kenshin, but I can't separate the stuff that the author of Kenshin has done from it, so I have a hard time watching it now. As much as I enjoy what I've seen of Kenshin, I can't bring myself to support that shit. That's why you like Tokyo Ghoul. Had enough action. Yeah, that's sort of like me and Claymore. Claymore had enough action to keep me interested. Anyway, I really like this. The Prairies of Chewing. Glad you watched her inside. Yeah, I watched like the first 2 seasons. Only they wouldn't let on major details. You mean leave out stealthing? I don't know. I haven't seen Tokyo Ghoul. So this should actually be interesting. What's the locals? We have elves. We're only at war with the goblins, or we're technically, if we roll with the Rampart Leagues, we're not at war with anybody, but let's select somebody else. So okay, the Humorous Seals, which was our previous group, is literally at war with everybody. Only at war with the humans and the elves. The Girders of Glowing, which is another different group. Only at war with the elves. That might actually be a little bit better. So only be at war with the elves. Okay. Just wanted to make sure I was reading that correctly. I thought I was, but... you know what I'm saying. I think only not being at war with everybody would be a good idea. Because our previous faction, which was the Humorous Seals, yeah, was just kind of at war with everybody. So maybe if we go with the Girders of Glowing, and only being at war with the elves might be a better situation. A little bit more manageable. It's pretty flat. I wonder how big that river is. You didn't even know it was a game until God Eater 2 came out? They were PSP games, so that would be why. So this is clay, very deep soil, and deep metal. My only concern is this would kind of throw out my dreams of wanting to build a pit fort. Because if I want to build a pit fort, then we're gonna have to dig pretty deep. Which I'm okay with. You still need to finish Black Clover? I have a large portion of the manga for that. There's a lot of animes I need to finish. I'll be honest with you, there's a lot of anime I need to finish. I'm still thinking about this one. This is like the most likely taker right now, I think, that I've looked around at. Yeah, I do. There's a difference between deep metal and deep metals. And they never continue it? Don't remind me. Drumming. Don't remind me. Oh right, it's the weekend. Children are outside. How you doing, Drumming? those things. Alright, I will keep that as an option. Let's look around at other creek mouths. Ooh, this looks cool. But there's no metal. It is a cool one, but I need metal. It's like I know I could search before somebody tells me, you know you can search. I know. No game, no life. And that's also kind of why I prefer the mangas in a lot of cases. And why I tend to lean in that direction. What, for, God Eater, Ryan? God Eater games are very specific things. I'm not too surprised by that. Just looking for creek mouths. Also, out of curiosity, who here has no idea what they're looking at right now? Just out of curiosity, who here has absolutely no idea what they're looking at? Ah, man. That has shallow metals, but has an aquifer. It's not a bad spot, though. You? Okay, well, let's just do a real quick glance at this, right? The one on the far left, very zoomed in. One in the middle, kind of where I'm actually selecting. One on the right is like the full world map. You don't need to know what everything is, really. But just realize that all these different icons mean different things. So some of them are just different biomes. Just think of it as in colors. However, these are like, you know, some roads. We've got some fortresses as well up here. Down here, there's like a whole city, basically, of different forts where we can't already settle because there's stuff everywhere. Aquifer equals bad. Aquifer does not equal bad. Aquifer equals annoying tedium. Aquifers are fine. They're just annoying as shit to deal with. Blonde. I just see blonde, brunette, necromancer tower, armies of the undead. Oh god. The end of the world. Demon fortresses. Run away. Just the one. Oh, that's literally my old fort right there. That's literally my old fort right there. Neat. No civilized life. No civilized life. I don't know. I really want the deep metals. Or even better, shallow metals. But Kingdom New Lands is free? Yep. Epic Game Store strikes again. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say there's probably gonna be a lot of free stuff announced. Speaking of which, did anybody else here like I'm not a Borderlands person, right? If you know me, you probably know that. But like, did anybody here see that Borderlands Handsome Collection, which is basically everything Borderlands, is like $6 on Steam right now? It's like a $300 package. It's 97% off. I don't know if anybody here noticed that, but like, oh, there we go. There's some deep metals. Shallow metals, even better. But aquifer, so. Not super useful to me, unfortunately. Oh, hey, look at that. Shallow and... Oh, never mind. Not shallow and deep. Just shallow and fluxstone layer. Basically, the important thing to look at, chat room, is just everything on the right. Right? It'll say savanna, temperate, untamed wilds. That's like the wildlife that you'll find around. And then the materials. We want to avoid aquifers. I like this part of the game though, because it's kind of like going on an adventure and like learning stuff about the world. You know, maybe we have a partial aquifer. Maybe I can like... Nope. Okay. I need to sneeze real bad. But yeah, no, I love this part of the game because it's kind of like going on an adventure. God, this is such a nice area. Stuff-wise. But there's just aquifers everywhere. Man, that's even better. Oh no. I actually probably should have a sneeze command because normally it's Katie doing that. Aquifers are a layer of underground water that output infinite water. So you'll be digging, you'll hit water, and then it'll be nothing but flooding your caves forever. Because you love this game? I am terrible at Dwarf Fortress, and I stream it every weekend. I also love this game. I will also be posting on the Dwarf Fortress subreddit once we actually get the world up and running. No, I love this game, and I really like the community. Like I've wanted to learn this game for years, for my part, pretty much. I've wanted to learn this game properly for years, and it always landed with me installing it, messing around in this screen for about an hour, starting a fort, getting confused, eventually giving up, and then a couple hours later reopening it, trying again, getting confused, giving up, and then giving up, and then opening it up once more, and then playing around in adventure mode for a bit, and then giving up, and that was basically just kind of my entire life. Hey, Panama Bowl, what's up? Currently playing Civ 6 as Zelda. What? That's another power in space. Okay. Called to hear. I'm assuming this is a mod. Huh. Interesting. You need shenanigans. Yeah, that's one way to do it. Or you can, like, just stay on the surface forever. That's basically what I'm relegated to when I decide to do that. See how far this way this metal goes. Okay, so all of this is aquifers. All of it. From the looks of things. Well, that's a pity. I mean, I guess we could settle there because it's got... actually, that could be interesting. But again, it's just savanna. Some soil, deep metal. I really want to be on the beach. Like, I've only been on one beach fort before, and I really like the way the beaches look. We could do this. This would work just fine. It's just deep metal. Rather than deep metals. I prefer deep metals plural, but... But you know, if that's all I can get, that's all I can get. I see shallow metal, but I also see aquifer. Can you actually settle on the... like on the tundra, basically, up here? Because I've never actually tried it. Well, shit, you can. Dune Fortress. Yeah, Dune Fortress. I'd be in. And so has the mod been fun? Panama Ball? I never got into modding any of the civs. So that could be a pain in the ass, but we could do that. Rocky Wasteland. No trees. No trees. Like, at that point, I might as well just go up this way a few. Or at least do Rocky Wasteland and have some trees. Really? Yeah, I've never tried modding Civ. Civ's like one of those games where I've just never fallen into modding for. You know, I think that could be interesting. Let's just peek around a little bit more and see if I can spot one with deep metals. Or even better, shallow metal. Because I kind of just want to dig a big pit. I really like open air bases, if that makes sense. The only problem is flying monsters are an issue, but... There you go. It's cold, but shallow metal, deep metal. The Hill of Braids. Temperate grasslands. It's not on a beach, but we got ourselves a river. Let's check the elevation, actually. I don't even know what I just did. Oh, I'm searching. That's the problem. Stop that. So neighbors are dwarves, elves, and humans. So that would put us... How about the humorous seals? So if we play as the humorous seals, we would be at war with the elves. There's no goblins up here. Yeah, that's kind of what I want to do, Carlo. I don't have any goals for this fortress yet. Like I said, we'll figure that out once we know what our dwarves' personalities are. So we could actually stay the humorous seals, which was my previous faction. I'm like a little bit attached to them and their shenanigans. Oh, that's interesting. There's just straight up shallow metal up there. And also no soil, but we do want some soil. How do I clear that? Is it N? No, it's not N. I'm looking at this because I hit the wrong button. I don't know how to do that. Today I learned you can invite goblins. There we go. How do I get rid of that exclamation point there? I mean, I know how to put notes on it, but yeah, whatever. I don't know how to delete these. Where is it? Delete note. There you go. Aha. Perfect. Yeah, no, I figured out that I was in entering notes mode. I just wanted to figure out what button it was to remove the notes. It's always a button I land on by mistake. I mean, that could be fun. Clay, deep soil, shallow metal, deep metal, flux stone layer. Also scrolled back up in chat a little bit and saw the comment from Arvid about thinking this was Baba Is You. I don't feel like I'm smart enough to play Baba Is You on stream. But it's on my list of games I want to play. Probably an after hours thing though. Which would mean I'd play it during the week and in the evenings. I never got code for it, so if I could get that game on sale, I'd consider it. I could see that though. This is a very similar color palette. How far down does this go? That is... Hold on, what is the elevation for that? I wonder. Wow, that's really steep. That's actually really tall. That could be really cool. Yeah, I think we're gonna try this. We're gonna do this. Yeah, let's embark. Sorry for just staring at that screen for so long, but we are making progress. Interesting. Also sets where your wagon stops? I didn't know that. I didn't know you could be specific about where your wagon stops, but that's fine. I'm not too worried. It is Untamed Wilds, so who knows what we're gonna run into. Let's make you a skilled miner. Probably just a miner, actually. I think I'm just gonna go with 2 specific miners, maybe give them a couple points in various soldiering. That or like give them a couple points in speaking. Persuader. Negotiator, that's the one. Or even broking. Like so that we could have a broker from the beginning. Like an appraiser, that's the one I was looking for. I might throw a couple points on appraisal on somebody. But who knows if we'll actually get that stuff. Could also give them a couple points in axeman. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. They can figure that stuff out. Let's also give you a couple points in woodcutter. Alright, let's go over to here. Let's also give you a couple points in mining. Let's make you a adequate weaponsmith, armorsmith, metalsmith, furnace operator. Don't need any fishermen. Cook. Adequate brewer. Also, if anybody's wondering what we're listening to the soundtrack for a game called Deadbolt. Deadbolt is a game from the people who made Risk of Rain. And I've been listening to the soundtrack all morning, so I was like, I need to listen to this again because this soundtrack's too damn good. Alright, yeah, I should probably chuck a couple points on Butcher on you. Deadbolt, yep. It's like two-dimensional Hotline Miami where you play as Death and murder vampires. It's pretty great. Let's give you Mason and Engraver. Maybe also a few points in Gem Cutter. Specifically just a Mason and Engraver. And then you, Shem. I think I'm going to give you a few points in Appraiser. Judge of Intent, Persuader, Negotiator. Maybe a couple points. Actually, rather, let's give you Surgeon. And Diagnosis. Oopsies, that's not what I wanted. Or even just wound dresser, just in case we have any problems. Also, investments are open. Let's decide what we're gonna take with us. Anybody have anything that we should absolutely take with us? What do you guys think? I mean, obviously we're gonna take two dogs. We can have puppies. 1, 2 cats. So we have kittens. Chickens. Do chickens need to be pastured? Because I don't think I've ever actually done chickens. I think I've probably ended up with chickens, but... Let's bring let's bring 2 sheep with as well. You don't know. You just want me to take them. Does anybody know if chickens need to be pastured? Chicken and turkeys don't need grass. Good to know. Probably just bring more alcohol, honestly. I've got 68 points left. Bring another pick. Yeah, then I think I'm just gonna spend the rest on extra alcohol. So we've got pigtail thread, pigtail cloth, pigtail bags, pigtail ropes, leather quivers, dimple cup spawn, chopped two hump, camel liver, rock nuts, 5 of them. Sweet pod seeds, cave wheat, pigtail seeds, plum helmet spawn, dwarven ale, dwarven wine, an iron anvil, and hope nothing steals it. Copper battle axes and copper picks. Chicken, turkey, and pigs don't need grass. I have a hard time keeping track, B-Lug, of what types of animals need grass and what types don't. Alright. Let's get ready to embark, shall we? Journey to Mosmering. Well, it begins. Just gonna post on the Dwarf Fortress subreddit. Also, Routedlashes. That's a good name. You've arrived after a journey from the mountains into the forbidding wilderness. Beyond your harsh trek. Your harsh trek has finally ended. Your party of 7 is to make an outpost for the glory of all of Elkervad. There are almost no supplies left, but with stout labor comes sustenance. Whether by bolt or plow or hook, provide for your dwarves. You are expecting a supply caravan just before the winter entombs you. But it is spring now. Enough time to delve, secure lodgings before the leopards get hungry. A new chapter of dwarven history begins here, in this place. Mizmarang. Routedlashes. Strike the earth. Alright. We'll see you later. The course bot is rigged. It's a fact. The house always wins. If you're looking for the tile set, it's Krug Smash's tile set. I don't want to directly link to his stuff without asking him, and I haven't had the chance to ask him for permission. So, also, I'm going to put Routedlashes in the title of the stream, so I can keep track.